Yo, good morning, guys. This is Kay from Lunarlight Games, and welcome back. Hello, and welcome to the channel if you're new. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel. Anyways, we are back for more Metal Gear Solid action. Or is it espionage? Anyways, let me go ahead and get set up here. It is morning. Anyways, we're going to continue our playthrough of this game. There's there's not much left anyway. I think there's only a good solid chunk, maybe around 3 or 4 hours left, so let's go ahead and get this done. Well, maybe even 3 hours if I'm being generous. If we skip everything, this game is very short. And if I see everything clearly here on the chart, we should be able to get the platinum on this game. It's not very difficult. All it takes is a couple runs through this game. Thankfully, the game is rather short, so I don't think it'll take very long. Now, where are we? Here we go, the blast furnace. Okay, so if you have missed out on the previous play session, to stop the launch of the new type of nuclear warhead, Snake must use the detonation code emergency override key at the underground maintenance base up north, or destroy Metal Gear itself. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Snake fights Liquid's Hind D on the roof of Communications Tower B and defeats it, and gets to the snowfield north of Communications Tower B. However, Sniper Wolf is waiting for him. After beating her again, Sanic. I'm going to remember that. They misspelled Snake there. That's his new official name from now on, Sanic. Not to be confused with Sanic the Hedgehog, or Hedgehog. And Otacon stay with her until her moment of death. Snake successfully goes through entrance to the underground maintenance base north of the snowfield and heads for the lower level to get to the Metal Gear Underground maintenance base. I think the translator for this game just called it quits midway through, or halfway through the game. Alright, so this part is a little confusing. The elevator is down. And we gotta make sure not to alert the other guard over there. Be careful right over here. You can make a lot of noise stepping on the grate. Ah, crap. Well, I forgot about that. Alright, show's over, stream's over. There's a little bit of input delay. Alright, round 2. Snake versus the crane. And this is the same guy that decided to fight against a Metal Gear. There's no real way to get around this. So how is he just, you know, crouching on the ledge right there? I mean, sitting maybe that would work, but his knees are practically off. Anyways, don't really question it. I can't tell if we're past that crane, but let's play it safe. Alright, danger's over. Oh crap. Forgot about you. Ah crap. Forgot about you. Yeah, well. Anybody else want some? Yeah, shoot. Hang on. Let me see if I can knock him into the... I just want to see if this works. Oh man. There we go. Alright, hopefully there are no random spawns. Yeah, oh well. So yeah, it's possible to throw an enemy down into the smelting pit there. Now, if I remember right, there's some claymores stashed around somewhere. Maybe not this side. This slow-moving elevator. Oh, right. It made that look so cool. I guess we're supposed to take care of them. Yeah, well. In which case... well, dang. Never mind. I guess we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Enough messing around. Now, if this was for the fox, play this a lot safer. Which means... let's throw on... actually, you know what? Let me plant this one here, this one here, and this one here. Ah, come on. Don't blow up on me, please. Never mind. There's no way to avoid doing that. It doesn't even matter because they take away our C4. You will. Ah, come on. It's probably best to use the claymores here, even though I want to save a few of them. Is it possible for us to knock them overboard? No. Guess not. Oh, what do you know? You can avoid their shots by ducking. Come on, quit moving. Never mind, I guess just use the pistol because they get stunned after like 2 hits. I think that's the only mandatory fight. Well, crap. Forget about these. Gotta avoid getting hit by those gun cameras. Alright, there we go. There's a situation with the claymores. You know what? I kind of need these extras for the upcoming fight. I just grab every single one of these. Never mind. Let's move over here. Don't mind me. Just doing some squats. Can we not hit the birds? Ah man, no Stinger missiles. What about...
Snake, I've got something to tell you about Naomi Hunter.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI.
Yeah?
And then going undercover to investigate the Mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied?
She might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah?
Well, back then, there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York.
But...
You better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja, Too many strange things are happening.
Are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
Interesting historical fiction there. Okay, so we are about to run up on a new boss fight. Where is it? Here we go. No, guess not.
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends? Listen, they agree. Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Ah, your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics?
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck-duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious, it's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll see if there's iron in your words.
I love how he doesn't really deny the fact that he's a great champion at eating food. Anyways, this fight is going to be somewhat strange if you've never tried it before. But it's basically a cat and mouse. We gotta lure them into stepping in our clay mines. Excuse me, did I say clay mines? Claymores. So he's gotta step in our mines, one way or another. It gets far easier during the second half. Oh man, he's gonna see us. I kind of figure. This is quite tough. I don't remember the damage being this high back then. Let me go ahead and pop one of those. Gotta skip over that and then... Yeah, let's just drop in claymores. Alright. If you're having trouble with this fight, Nikita missiles are your best friend. Honestly, this is going to be the best way at damaging him. And then we can probably set down claymores after he starts running.
Come on now.
And let's see, did we place down any claymores? No. I think I left the C4 somewhere down around here. There we go. Gotta remember this one. I'll leave that there. Also, he's going to start knocking down everything else, so make sure to keep an eye out. It's going to limit your routes. There we go. He's gonna chase us this way. Alright. Hopefully he'll come back around this way. Got him. Come along this way, please. And there we go.
Just as the boss said, it is my existence which is no longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you. Understand? Snake, take take this security card. It will open that door.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss. You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
What is it?
That was not the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself. But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death? But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. Snake, in the natural world, there's no such thing as boundless slaughter. There's always an end to it. But you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
Snake, it's me.
Master.
It's about Naomi. Turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi?
Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage this operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be...
Place her under arrest.
What?
She's betrayed us. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
Let's see. Okay, there we go. Was having some issues with the mic. Alright. So Naomi isn't really Naomi. Or she's not the person that she led us to believe she was. Let me collect everything there is in this area before moving on. Well, farewell, Vulcan Raven. His boss fight is so cool, and yet he only lasts for a brief moment. Yeah, toss this out. There's a bunch of cameras here. You don't really want to be caught out in the open when they fire. There's more stuff over here, but make sure you don't get caught in the open with these things. And there it is. Rex. Thankfully, there isn't really anything to worry about here. There are no enemies or anything of that nature. But if you're looking for more health and ammo, feel free to scrounge around. All we really need are rations. That's fine. We'll find more.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
We'll leave Otacon to his own devices. More gear and ammo. We will need some of this for later.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
We gotta head up and around. But before we do, let me grab up all these things. Now, I think there's a way for us to...
Snake, I did it!
You got past security?
Bingo!
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me.
Damn. The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Anyways, I was trying to say, I think it's possible for us to avoid the footstep noise, if I remember correctly, by holding on to one of the grenades. No, never mind. Doesn't work. Yeah, where are you? There should be a guard. Right about there. He's pretty much a requirement to take down if you want to get through this part very quickly. Otherwise, he's going to hear our footsteps every single time we run around.
Snake!
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Well, that's part of it. Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Did you find the file for the override system?
Just wait a little longer. I found out a lot about the arms industry, though. After the Cold War ended, the United States slashed its defense budget by more than 15%. Naturally, the arms industry was severely affected. It resulted in an orgy of mergers and acquisitions. Some of the big arms conglomerates today are made up of what 10 years ago would have been 20 or more smaller arms companies. Arms Tech is one of those. But we lost our bid to produce the U.S. Air Force's next line of fighter jets. Then we took a stab at civilian applications, but that was a failure too. The company was about to go belly up. Ironically, the Defense Department was in pretty much the same situation. Thanks to big budget cuts, they were forced to turn to the private sector to help fund their weapons development. On top of that, the government began to actively export their advanced weapons technology to the private sector in order to maintain a high standard of quality in the country's defense armaments. Eventually, they decided on a joint development project for new weapon systems between the DoD and the private sector. And since both sides were in such bad financial shape, that's where all the back-scratching came in. So there was another reason for the joint development of Metal Gear, huh? It wasn't just President Baker trying to keep Arms Tech afloat.
That's cool and all. But that material isn't really relevant to our playthrough for the moment. Knock on wood. Or Rex.
Snake, stop that launch. Head for the control room in the underground base. The control room is on the 3rd floor of the underground base, isn't it? There's no time.
I mean, we're right in front of it.
There is no doubt about it. After the Cold War ended, the chance of a full-scale, worldwide nuclear conflagration was diminished. But on the other hand, the chances of local tactical use of nuclear weapons greatly increased. Civil wars, revolutions, regional disputes. It seems like there is a new war popping up somewhere every day. And many of them are the result of centuries-old hatred between different ethnic or religious groups. These people do not think rationally or logically. In such conflicts, there is no concern for the high civilian casualty rate, and international criticism means little. A nuclear deterrent is meaningless because emotions run so hot. Furthermore, unlike strategic nuclear missiles, the decision to use tactical nuclear missiles is in some cases left up to battlefield commanders. It is pretty scary. As long as nuclear weapons continue to proliferate, the chances that someone is going to use them will also continue to grow.
I love listening to these lectures. I bet Snake does too.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device.
Oh man, this scene is super blurry.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Locknor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the President will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
Command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Armstech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top-secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about. It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got one of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes. It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that? Damn! The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake! This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Butterfingers. Ah, crap. Ah, come on. Anyways, let's get out of here. Just in case there's any enemy standing in our way over here. Never mind. Alright, let's go find that card key. Alright, so this segment is going to be kind of slow. We're supposed to retrieve the key and then use it 3 times. And the key fell somewhere down there. So now we gotta go find it. Now, if I have it right, it should be somewhere around here. Also, I don't know why the water is toxic. Now, if you're not quick enough to grab it, eventually something neat happens. Heck, what happened there? Picked up a bomb, so where is it? Let's throw that out. There we go. Alright, so hopefully the camera won't see us. Okay. Alright, backtracking once more. We have to head all the way back up. And we have to do this a grand total of like 4 times. We already did it once, so we have 3 more times to go. Once to discover the plan. Another for room temperature. Actually, let me go ahead and let them explain it.
You found the card key, right? First comes the room temperature key. Put it into the far left terminal in the control room. That key is actually an IC card. Its connector pins and main body are made of a shape memory alloy. It's designed so that unless it's been changed to the correct shape, it won't be recognized by the PAL code input terminal in the control room. and the detonation code won't be entered.
You got the card key. Good. Now get back to the control room and use that key to re-input the PAL codes. Stop that launch.
So, what they said. What it really means for us is that we have to repeat this process some number of times before we can finally get to the main boss fight. Poor guy. He was just doing his job. It's also important that you don't trigger the cameras here too.
PAL code number 1, confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
This also means we have to stock up on chaff grenades. And I think that guard is still around here too. He's gonna keep respawning in and out. Alright, so directions on how to complete this puzzle.
Next, you've got to cool the card key.
Where should I do that?
This is Alaska. Go outside. It's cold everywhere. But you're close to the warehouse where you fought Raven, right? That place is right in the middle of the permafrost layer, and there's no heater either.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. Listen to Otacon and go into the freezer to freeze the key. Which, duh. But let me see if there's any... I think there's only Stinger missiles here. I need more chaff grenades. We need them for both here and for later. It's a good thing that Snake has the cardio aspect of this job down, otherwise, well, he's gonna hate his life. And also, considering that he's a smoker, it's doubly difficult. See if there's anything here. Nope, nothing. Thankfully, getting to the freezer isn't very far. We just gotta play around here for a few minutes.
Next, you've got to cool...
got to lower that card key's temperature. Find someplace cold.
Well, we're already here.
There is a big difference between conventional weapons and weapons of mass destruction. Conventional weapons are intended for use against military targets, but nuclear weapons are used against non-combatants. Nukes are designed to kill tens of thousands of innocent civilians in a flash. That is why nuclear weapons are so evil.
I love her lectures. We can do some squats here where Raven died. Poor guy, he didn't even leave a skeleton. You know what, while we're here... There we go. They're actually quite hard to hit. Come on. There we go. Let's leave. The last one's going to be the most time-consuming one. Thankfully, the first two aren't so bad. This last portion of the game is not very long. That's probably why there's some additional padding in the form of this keycard nonsense. I mean, in theory, it's an interesting puzzle, but it just provides more busy work for you to do. Where's that guy anyway? Okay, so if he's over there, we don't have to shoot him, I think. Awesome. Running out of chaff grenades, though.
Okay, there goes pal code number 2. Next comes pal number 3. Warm the key.
Or we could just burn it.
Somewhere warm? What about the blast furnace? But the problem is, if you go through a cold place on the way back, the card key might change shape. You need to hurry on the way back.
Now you've got to warm the key up. Find someplace hot.
Am I the only one wondering how he lights his cigarettes? I mean, if he obviously has the capability of burning his cigarettes, he could probably just use whatever method of lighting them on that, but that's probably too much brain work. Is there any other way? No, that still causes footsteps. I'll have to look into how the speedrunners are able to do this. Oh, that's why. If you take this and constantly re-equip it, it avoids the noise whenever you're walking around. Good to know. Time to backtrack all the way to the furnace. Don't know where the furnace is. Well, it's all the way at the beginning of this base, or this basement area. Thing is, you have to be somewhat quick, otherwise you risk returning the card key back to its, whatchamacallit, you risk returning it back to its room temperature phase. Also, now you have to avoid these guards. So that is a change-up that you have to be mindful of when returning. Otherwise that will ruin any sort of spectacular run you might have. I really recommend getting the stealth item before doing a second run. Don't mind me, just doing some squats.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox Dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. but he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the fox dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Some interesting twists and turns here. Oh, like I figured. Be very careful around that area. A lot of claymores, landmines. I don't think we really need the claymores though. Not any longer. I don't think there's any fight that requires us to use them. That is looking our way. Crap. Okay, never mind. We gotta go around. Screw that camera. Thankfully, there's no need to worry about this section. All we're really doing is just running back to the previous room, staying around for a couple minutes, and then getting back out. Let me search around for goodies here. No rations? This game might include an assault rifle, but you never really need it. For most encounters, you're better off just using whatever you have on hand. Just stay around here in the steam room. We'll have a nice sauna. I think if you want to, you can also head back upstairs and out into the snowfield, and I think there's one more room that we never really went into. Not that you need to. Gonna do some burpees. Also, is it me or does Snake go backwards whenever you do this? Yeah, if you do burpees, Snake will naturally move backwards.
Are you in the boiler room? Those pipes are really old. Once in a while they blow out steam, so be careful.
You call this once in a while?
Yeah, once in a while. It's more than once in a while. Anyways, the card has changed. Now we just need to run all the way back home. Gotta make sure we don't take any unnecessary stops. I hate gun cams in this game. They don't trigger alarms, they're just like mosquitoes. They exist only to annoy you. Smile for the birdie.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification, but my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from, my age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s, a dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox Die.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox Die as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Die was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
You have to love that every single time the music starts playing up, there's some sort of melodrama. Anywho. Let's make our way all the way up here, and I don't really know why they post up soldiers other than the fact to disrupt you. Because you can get around them quite easily. Last chance for any drops. Nah, crap. Forget about that thing. Never mind. It's only Stinger missiles. You'll understand why we need so many Stinger missiles in a moment. Yeah. Probably not a good idea to keep messing around like this. I need more of these. Alright, time to put this to the test. Oh wow, that actually works. No, he didn't hear anything. That's cool.
No, why?
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning, just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid, how the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
You know, I always thought that the codec was just an earpiece sort of thing, not a camera. So why would it matter if he wore sunglasses or not? No response over there.
Snake, gas! Do something! Snake, call Emmerich. He should be able to break through security.
This is what happens when Snake eats one too many rations.
Snake, you are in danger. Get out of there.
Yeah, but how?
Isn't there someone who knows this base? Dr. Emmerich, maybe he can do something.
They just have to call him out, huh?
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
I hope you grab that gas mask because you're kind of screwed here without it.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Now, who is that sneaky guy? I love that the game allows you to watch him run over there.
Liquid!
Snake! Did you like my sunglasses? You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox dye.
Fox die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled. Got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Dye's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Dye's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Dye, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge! You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands! You stole my chance for revenge! Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him! I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you! Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes! Yeah! Snake, your blood will be the first to be spilled by this glorious new weapon! Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother! Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century!
It's moving. How do I stop it?
Alright, so the battle you've been waiting all game for. Before we do anything, let's check out how to defeat this thing.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed and shut off from the outside environment.
He's not using his naked eyes?
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, it won't be able to use its electronic equipment.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah, try to hit that radome with a Stinger missile.
So that will stop it?
No. Rex was designed so it can be controlled manually, too.
Oh, great.
The part that looks like a beak is where the pilot seat is. In an emergency, it'll open up. Rex's armor is perfect. You can't destroy it.
You told me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
I get it. First I destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot's seat.
Right. If you can shoot a Stinger missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point?
It's not a weak point. I like to think of it as a character flaw. People just aren't complete without some type of character flaw, don't you think?
I guess so. I owe you one, Otacon.
It's probably more likely they never intended it for the Metal Gear to be operated with the user exposed.
Destroy Metal Gear! We're out of time! If you can't do it, I'll have to resort to my last option. Last option? We have a submarine prepared to deliver a full nuclear strike on the base. What the hell?
More about that, though.
Destroy Metal Gear!
Use your Stinger missiles carefully. If you run out, you'll have no chance to win.
And that's why you have to be kind of sparing with those Stinger missiles.
First, use a Stinger missile.
Okay, so the game doesn't really tell you this, but you can actually disable the radome by using chaff grenades. Come here, get closer. Yeah, crap. Well, that sucks. I seem to remember one of these not exactly being, you know, whatchamacallem, gas tanks. Ah, come on. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Not cool. This part is super annoying. Oh man. The controls with the left analog stick is not very accurate. Yeah, come on. Come on, bro. There we go. After the scream, you're free to start fighting. Gonna make sure we start throwing out chaff grenades because this is gonna make things way harder. Where's our grenade? Come on. It's so jittery. This fight is very easy, but the controls are somewhat lackluster. Oh, come on. I think I got it. One more missile.
prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi?
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers.
Fox.
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
You destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now! In front of you, I can finally die.
Can't do it.
After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle. Neither truly alive,
I can't
nor
do
truly
it.
dead. An undying shadow in a world of light. But soon,
It's no good. I can't do it.
soon, it will finally end. Die! Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Foolish man! He prayed for death, and it found him. You see, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
So much for Gray Fox. Anyways, this section is pretty easy, if a little unorthodox. We have to stay between his legs because now he only has access to line of sight. It should be relatively easy to destroy it now because we just have to wait for him to stop moving. Come on, I can't even see. Okay, so not only can he not see, I can't see either. Gotta get further back between his legs. Just watch out for that thing, because you can still get hurt pretty badly by it. Come on, hold still. I think we have like 2 more shots left on him. But it's kind of hard to do so when he's moving around erratically. Ah, come on. Probably 2 more shots. Come on, really? That actually missed? Great, he's hanging on by just a sliver. The first-person view mode in this game kind of stinks.
Snake! I'll crush you into dust! Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't. Me as a guinea pig, to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed, to create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers?
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments! 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the Genome Soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The Genome Soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond, in order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you!
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the genome army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
There's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything from me. Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death. If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it will kill even you. Have at you, Snake!
Okay, there's a way to cheese through this fight. Hang on. Yeah, he laughs in your face if you screw up. Oh, come on. The 8-way direction is not working.
What's wrong, Snake?
Get up. Not cool. Alright, so we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. There we go, we almost had it there. Ah, come on.
Snake! What's wrong, Snake? What's wrong, Snake?
Ah, crap. Oh well. That trick didn't work. If you're lucky, you can stun lock him there, but I am not good at that trick, so we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Ah, come on. We unintentionally sent ourselves over the edge. Come on, get up. Stop laughing.
What's wrong, Snake?
The buttons on this controller. Ah, come on. Can we hold still?
It's going to blow!
It's so hard to move around with this 8-way direction.
What's wrong, Snake?
So watch out for that spring kick.
You're out of time!
Just once more. Get up. Ah, dang it, iframes.
Out of time!
It's gonna take us a few times.
Have at you, Snake!
I really dislike how you can't really aim. Also, you have to watch out. You can't just smash your way through this.
What's wrong, Snake? Nice shot! Better hurry! It's going to blow! What's wrong, Snake?
Come on.
What's
Input
wrong,
delay. Come on.
Better hurry! It's going to blow!
Now we're not gonna work this.
Better hurry! It's going to blow! Have at you, Snake!
8-way direction is not the way to go with this fight. I feel like we're fighting the controls just as much as we're trying to fight Liquid here.
Nice shot!
The hitboxes, I swear. Well, I'm trying to aim, but... Come on.
What's wrong, Snake?
Come on. You got one more hit in us and then we're done. Ah, come on. Let's try to make that work. So, input delay and the poor use of the turnaround controls is making this fight way harder than it needs to be. So as soon as you see him try to dodge, just crouch down. Nice try. Imagine how much easier this fight would be if we could use CQC.
You're out of time.
Ah, come on. So as soon as you start screwing up a couple times, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. It's hard to recover.
Have at you, Snake.
Especially when you can't really target. I swear, Snake, you might be the world's best soldier, but you might as well be shadowboxing at this point. Ah, come on, really?
Nice shot!
Like I said, sometimes it's unintentional that we miss. Try to fight him from the left or right. Never try to fight him diagonally.
What's wrong, Snake?
Kinda like that. I hate this phase. Alright, I think... What the heck? He recovered health. Come on, we just need to throw him overboard. Oh, come on, really? Yeah, so that was really weird. He recovered health and then managed to come back and one-punch us and lost.
Have at you, Snake.
I love how the game is completely random as to when to give him iframes. Sometimes if you're lucky, he won't.
Nice shot!
Ah, come on.
Better hurry. going to blow!
Alright, so when he starts taking that approach, you have to punch him once in order to get rid of that iframe.
Better hurry! It's going to blow! Better hurry! It's going to blow!
Are your punches so stubby, Snake? Just a little bit more. Ah, come on, really?
You're out of time!
There we go. It's really just a case of trial and error.
Meryl! Meryl?
Snake, is that you? Snake, oh, you're alive! Thank God.
Meryl? Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh, boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But...
unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otakon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Meryl.
Snake.
Meryl. It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up. Hurry! Looking good, Snake. Hurry!
Alright, the final sequence. But not before we check in on everyone. Nope. No one's responding, but at least you can save your game.
Snake, they've placed the Kano under arrest. I don't know what I should do. This will probably be your last save.
I'm going to miss those proverbs of yours.
Snake.
Mei Ling, I have a favor to ask you. Make a hard copy of all the codec conversation data up to this point. I want some insurance.
Okay, Snake, leave it to me.
This is going to be the final save of the game.
Snake, please. Be safe for me.
All of our equipment is taken away, so yeah, good luck.
I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera.
This is why Meryl should never be placed on sneaking duty. Ah, come on.
I got it, Snake. Jump in.
Oh, what the heck? You can be shot through the cutscene.
Snake, hold on.
This section is completely on rails, so if you don't like on-rail sections, you're kind of out of luck here.
Okay, Snake, let's go. We're not out of the woods yet. Here they come.
So yeah, if you shoot before you
Snake, clear a path.
get to a stop, you can eliminate all these guys here. Make sure to shoot in a fan, otherwise you won't be able to get through.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
No, come on. You gotta just keep bending this over him. That way he won't have a chance to counter fire. It's a little hard to see where the bullets are exactly going. Come on, get away, buddy. If you're concerned about using rations, this is probably going to be the final spot for it. Come on, why can't we hit you? Yeah, this is weird. Hit detection, come on. Hit detection, please.
Look, Snake, daylight. We're gonna crash.
Meryl, are you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh.
Snake! Snake!
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry, I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was. Where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were, and I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too?
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
Okay, that was a touching ending. And that is a canon ending as well. Can we skip through this? No. I guess we'll just let the credits run. Unless... No. There's no way to skip through this. We'll just have to sit around for it. There's one more, like, mini cutscene or whatever. And then the results screen. Now, even though that is the canon ending, I think I prefer the other ending. Especially given where the series goes from this point forward. The other one is much more indicative of what they really wanted to do. But they tried to have their cake and eat it too. Kojima and Konami, I mean. So, technically both endings are kind of canon, but well, portions of ending B as well as ending A. For example, Meryl still lives, but her relationship with Snake never goes anywhere. On the other hand, Snake and Otacon's relationship progressed quite well into the end of the series. Oh well. Enjoy the credits, I guess, and the music, because we're just waiting on the results screen. I'm pressing every button here, and it doesn't seem like we can skip through. No, never mind. This is only going to reset the game, which we don't want to do. So let me go ahead and look through the Platinum Guide here, because even though we beat the game once, we have to do it multiple times if we want all of the special items thing on here. If you want the stealth item, you have to go through the other ending with Otacon. Otacon gives them the stealth camo. Yeah, you have somewhere around 1.5 playthroughs to get the platinum. That is if you can get the Fox rank the first time around. And then you'll have to do another half playthrough to get the other ending. But if you're having a hard time, just do two or three playthroughs. Get the bandana, get the stealth camo. So I guess we're downloading the Japanese version of the game and finishing it to get the stealth camo. Shoot, we have to use no more than one ration. That's going to be kind of tough. I mean, as long as you have the stealth camo and you're saving after every boss fight, because you have a lot of saving available. So I'm guessing you could probably save scum your way through the boss fights. Just throw on the stealth camo and then run through the entire game. You also have to have no more than 25 kills. The 25 kills can be done very easily. It's just that you have to beat the game in 3 hours. But if you know what you're doing, the game is not very difficult. You can throw on the stealth camo and just run towards the end. I would honestly recommend making a save after every boss fight and then just running through the game that way.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Ooh, what a plot twist. Alright. We got Leopard. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save all of this. Alright. That's gonna be it for now. We will return next time for more gameplay. We'll try to download the Japanese version and then play through the game once more so we can get the stealth camo, and then I think the Japanese version doesn't have the difficulty setting requirement for us to get the Fox rank, so we'll do that, and then it won't be long until we get the platinum for this game. Sound good? So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please like the video. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think. I think you have to download this thing right here. The European version of VR missions. I guess this version is bugged. It won't allow you to unlock the trophy. So keep that in mind. Anywho, share the video out wherever you guys can, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please check out our previous play sessions in our playlist, or if you're interested in some of the other games that we play, check them out on the channel. We just completed the platinum playthrough of Spider-Man 2, check that out. But of course we'll be trying for more games in the future as well. If you guys are over on Twitter, follow us at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as odd giveaway we run from time to time. Check out the pinned post for more information, or check out the hashtag LunarlightVault. Yeah, it's 4 gigs for the European version of VR missions. 4, low under 5. If you'd like to support the channel financially, you can do so by dropping a tip for our tip jar. Don't worry about it. Feel free to continue viewing our videos and make sure you guys stay subscribed. Follow us over at twitch.tv/LunarLight. I hope you guys are having a great Friday morning, but we'll return later for more gameplay. For now, hope you guys have a great Friday, have a very happy holiday, and we'll see you guys again soon in the next video. For now, take care.